who is taking over at 12 p.m. on Breakfast with Champions, the one and only beautiful inside and out Krista Lorge Cruz. She is CEO and founder of Cruise Beyond Limits. She is one of the most extraordinary, life-changing fitness and health coaches you will ever encounter. And this woman has a heart of gold. Krista Lorge, over to you.
Thank you, Rachel. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Breakfast with Champions. Let's share the room. Let's get some more people in here. This is your Health is Wealth segment on Mondays. Thank you so much, Rachel and Matt, for tuning in, and Araya. Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you here and share the stage with you. Oh, I miss you so much. Let's definitely catch up. Oh my gosh. We need TV in 2024. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right. I'm hearing someone saying I'm echoing. All right. So can everyone hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. Okay, cool. So, all right. Today I want to talk about embracing the fall and seasons of change. Oh, Rachel, your mic is hot, my darling.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Love you. So I want to embrace the fall and seasons of change. And especially as entrepreneurs and as leaders of our life, a lot of times in order for us to show up confidently, we need to kind of embrace who we are and have that confidence, right? That self-love and confidence. So today's message is embracing fall in the season of change, but still honoring yourself through self-love and confidence. Because if you're a speaker, if you're a coach, if you're a mentor, if you're even a parent or a community leader, or you're trying to impact the world, your energy is going to show up before you walk in the room. And so really honoring yourself and your health and the self-love and the confidence that you bring into the world, I think it's paramount. It's a foundation of everything that we do. And everyone always asks me, like, Crystal, where do you get all this energy from? How do you have all this light and this love? And how are you able to impact so many people? And I will say that it comes from a foundation of confidence and self-love that I've really, really worked so hard over the last 6 years of being in business. Like, it has been a journey of growth. And I'll tell you, many people see what's on the internet. You see my smiling, you see the professional photo shoots, you see me on stages, you see me on podcasts and interviews and TV. And I just got another award through the Rosie Network of Veteran Business Owner of the Year. And it is such a tremendous honor to be able to feel that the hard work. But I will tell you, it has not been easy. And it's been a journey of self-love and growing confidence. And so today's message is really just to embrace all of you, embrace the season of change that we're in right now. And I want you to fall in love with yourself and your health first, to be able to breathe the confidence and the momentum that you need to not only finish this year strong, but go into 2024 like a rocket ship. I had a call earlier this week with my clients. I do a 6-month intensive self-love and confidence and fitness program, and it's a 6-month mentorship. And we start the next one in January. So if you want in with this, we go into a very immersive experience, and it's a small, intimate cohort where we start with your self-love and confidence, your personality. We dive into your habits, your nutrition, your confidence, the relationships, and setting healthy boundaries. And we're in the relationship module right now. And earlier this year, or this week, I was meeting with the clients, and they were saying, I am ready. I'm ready to get on my rocket ship. I'm ready to take back my power. And I'm stepping into 2024 as a new version of myself. And I don't recognize myself from last year. And honestly, that I can honestly say that for myself as well. And comes from these 5 tips that I want to share with you today. So if you're taking notes, I really want you to tap in to the 5 tips that I want to share with you today. And then also I shared a link for my virtual HIT camp. I have a virtual fitness program where we dive into this. The biggest muscle that we work is the one between our ears. Yes, we move our body, and I'm going to go over, that's one of my tips today, is moving our body and recognizing that your fitness is part of your self-care. But it brings a level of confidence and momentum that makes you unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable, no matter what life throws at you. So dive in, let's go. Make sure you share the room, tag someone who needs to hear this. If you're over on YouTube, LinkedIn, or in my Health is Wealth community, please send me a message. Yes, Rocket Ship, I'm in. Yes. So if you're here live, if you have comments, please share your reflections, your questions, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. And this is a season of change as we go into this fall. All right. So tip number 1, your self-love is your self-care, and it is the foundation of who you are. So number 1, when it comes to self-care and self-love being a foundation, you need to know who you are to the core. And this isn't just about having a 6-pack abs. This is knowing your values. This is knowing who you are, what your personality type is like. So I study emotional intelligence, human behavior, and I do this for corporations. I do this for teams, and help people see within themselves the strength and the power that they uniquely have. So recognizing your personality type, your communication styles, your love language, and your values. So what do you value? Is it purpose? Is it teamwork? Is it love? Is it integrity? Is it power? Is it money? Is it family? Is it faith? So I want you to jot down a couple values that really resonate with you. And over the next couple months, I teach vision board workshops. I facilitate 2-hour sessions. I can be a guest in your group. Maybe you're a coach and you need this in your community. I'm happy to collaborate and be a guest in your community, or attend one of my workshops over the next couple months. But what we do is we set intentions and we align ourselves to the values. And it becomes a set of standards and non-negotiables and a filtering system. So it allows us to say, this is for me, or nope, that's not for me, because it doesn't align with my values and where I'm going. Where's my rocket ship going in 2024? Are you on? Put your seatbelt on. It's a wild ride. If not, if you don't align with my values, then we don't have time. We don't have time for that. And we are going to shed some of the leaves, and we are going to let the leaves fall. And not everyone is meant to be in our life forever. Not every position, not every person, not every reason. Like, there are so many seasons of life. And this might be a season for you to say, you know what? Here are my values. Here are my non-negotiables. Here are my standards. And I'm only taking the right people, the right positions, the right roles, the right organizations, the right partnerships, the right collaborations, the right relationships into this next season of my life. And so this is a part of self-love. And no matter how hard it is so painful. It is so hard to shed some of these things in our life, because we're givers, we're lovers, we're servant hearts. And many times we're people pleasers, and we feel bad or we feel guilty for letting people go or letting things go. But it's a form of self-love and a foundation that will make you unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable, and give you the confidence that will fuel you forward, that will give you the jet fuel for your rocket ship. I know it sounds cliche and it sounds silly, but you know what? If 90s, what was it? I think it's like 86% or 93%. I don't know. Don't quote me on the percentage, but I think it's 86% of the population of the world are visual learners. So we need to see things in analogies. We need to be visual and really map out what this looks like for you. So maybe it's a ship. Maybe it's a rocket ship. Maybe it's a vehicle. I like to use a vehicle a lot in my programs. And for those of you who are in the academy, you know, we go pedal to the metal. We open up the hood. We check our engine. We check our oil. We take care of ourselves, right? And it's a self-love of foundation and non-negotiables. So this is part of the foundation of what we need to do to fuel ourselves forward. So recognizing our values, recognizing our non-negotiables. So your self-care routine, maybe it's a morning routine, maybe it's an evening routine. Do not have your phone at the dinner table when you're with your loved ones, or if you're out to dinner with friends. You know, what standards do you have for your life and the relationships in your life? What values do you align with? Which values do you not align with? Which partnerships, which collaborations? So I think a lot of times we get into relationships and we get into maybe partnerships in business too quickly without actually doing the homework of like, okay, what are my standards? What am I willing to say yes to? And what am I going to say no to? All right. So that when these things show up as your non-negotiables, you can easily say, nope, this is no longer going to serve me. And I'm ready for this next chapter. It's hard. It is hard. Trust me. I'm in this season currently as we speak. So, so part of this though, self-care foundation is recognizing your values, who you are to the core, your non-negotiables, and then also spending some time in silence. Many times, if we don't spend time with ourselves and we don't actually ask ourselves these powerful questions and we look for outside validation or other people's opinions or other people's advice, yes, that's great, but that clouds your judgment. That doesn't allow you to sometimes really understand and listen to the inner voices in your gut intuition of what you desire for your life. And if you spend some time in silence, you spend some time in solitude, and I'm not saying forever, but I'll tell you, in this season of my life, in this season of change, I spent 5 days in a hotel room by myself, 5 days in isolation, in solitude. And I quieted the noise because what we want to do is skip over this part. And I really want to encourage you to spend some time with yourself. And I know it's scary. So many people are like, Crystal, you're a marathon runner. For those of you who can see my video or that see me on video right now, I have a wall of my marathon wall. I've run 26 marathons in a 50-mile race. And so I spend a lot of time in solitude on the road, the open road with my thoughts. And so many people are like, Crystal, I can't run. I can't spend that much time with myself. My brain just doesn't turn off, and the judgment and the self-sabotage and it's the negativity. I can't take it, or it's boring, or I don't know what to think about. And I want to challenge you today to spend some time with yourself and your thoughts. The longest conversation is the one that you have with yourself. The best and the longest relationship is the one that you have with yourself. So you better make it good and spend some time. Don't skip this step. It's a foundation. It's self-love. It's a matter of self-care. Is spending this time so we can quiet the noise. And I do this through running. I do this through retreats. I do this through meditation. So there's breathing, there's yoga, there's stretching, there's running, there's workouts. There's plenty of ways to be able to do this. To spend this time with yourself, to recognize why you're put on this earth, what you want to do to impact the world, and how you show up, and how you show up in your own integrity, in your space, in your own gifts. And then also spend that time with God too, right? Because we're not meant to do this life alone. All right. And so sometimes we have to quiet the noise and not be around so many people and distractions or our vices like the Instagram or Facebook or Netflix or alcohol or drugs or whatever your vice is. Or maybe it's just getting around other people that is just, you just want to distract or like laugh and skip these steps. I'm telling you, it's the foundation of everything. And it will make you unshakable, unstoppable. And everyone always says, Crystal, how do you have this light? How do you have this energy? How do you have this confidence? I'm giving you the steps. Don't skip the steps. I promise you, it's yucky. It sucks. It's a journey. Its growth is uncomfortable, but it's worth it because you're worth it. And you matter. And in order for you to impact the world and step into your true power, to be on that stage, to run that business, to be able to, I always say no fancy studio. And I'm showing you, for those of you who are in Clubhouse right now, I have a 3x5 card with 5 bullets. That's it. I speak from the heart. I speak from integrity. I speak from my voice. And I speak from the strength and the power that's within me because I've done this work. And I am on fire right now. Like, this is Monday. Hello. Welcome to Health is Wealth. All right. So I only got through the first bullet, but it is the foundation. We must not skip the steps. Do not skip steps. You see the highlight reel on Instagram. I had some keyboard ninjas, and I talked about this last week when I talk about grief. I've been grieving. My heart is breaking right now. Okay, I am in a season of change. I am in a season of growth, and it is uncomfortable. It's icky, but I'm showing up anyways. And I'm not skipping the steps. But I had some people saying, oh, well, you must not be hurting that bad because you're smiling on Facebook. Guess what? I have a business to run. Yes, I'm going and growing through life, but I designed this business and this life that I desire. No one else. So I'm showing up no matter what, because just like Araya and Rachel said on the previous segment, when you show up, there's people that need you to show up today. There's people that need to hear your voice. So no matter how scary, how ugly, how imperfect you are, keep showing up like your life depends on it, because it does. Okay. And so, number 1, self-love is your foundation. Know who you are to the core. If you need help with this, I'm running a 5-day course next week. It's a 5-day bombshell boot camp. It's going to be an amazing 5-day immersive experience. And for those of you who've done it before, this is a new version of it. Okay. I definitely am leveling up this program in so many ways. There's a way to upgrade to VIP. There's going to be Zoom sessions. We have contests, giveaways. So if you're not in the Health is Wealth community, I highly encourage you, send me a message. Happy to get you the link. Thank you so much, Annette. Annette is on my team, and she is just incredible because we have an incredible team here in Cruise Beyond Limits that helps you elevate and get you the tools that you need to fuel yourself forward. All right. So we have an incredible community, and we must not skip that step because we don't do life alone. We ask for help. We get coached. We get mentored. I'm starting a new coaching program tonight. I'm so excited. I invest in myself. Every single time I'm in a season of change, I'm like, it's time. So I paid in full over the weekend. I contacted a coach, and I'm starting today, another 8-week session. I cannot wait to see how I finish this year. And I'm investing in myself and this business so I can pour into you, so I continue to level up. So I want you to do the same because it's a never-ending journey. So step number 1, self-care is your foundation. Number 2, fitness is a form of self-care. So do not skip this step either. Okay. So number 2, your fitness is my business. So your fitness is your business too. 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes every single day, no matter what. When you're tired, when you're traveling, when you have people in town, when you're visiting friends or family members, don't let them take control of you. You're in charge of your life, your body. So you get to move your body for 30 minutes a day, no matter what. So even if it's a walk, if it's yoga, if it's spinning, I teach kickboxing, high intensity interval training. I also run marathon and running groups. I'm starting the next one at the start of the new year. So if you've had a race on your vision board and you've been wanting to run that first 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, we are in your corner. Okay. So put it out to the world. Let me know. What are your fitness goals? I want you to post in the chat. What are your fitness goals? What are you going after? And don't wait till January 1st. Imagine if you started today. Today's Monday. It's a great day to start. Most people start a new routine and a new fitness regimen on a Monday. I don't know why. It's just Monday's a great time to start. All right. So if you want to hop in, you can start today with the Cruise Beyond Limits virtual HIT camp. They're 30-minute high intensity interval training and kickboxing sessions. They're here to meet you wherever you're at in the world. So you can consistently show up no matter what. Thank you, Annette. Yes, because this consistency breeds the momentum, breeds the confidence, and you have accountability and support and the energy to take on the rest of the day. People are always like, Crystal, where you get your energy from? The energy is, we're like a plant. We need energy to breed more energy. So our body needs to have the momentum. It needs to be in motion. A body in motion stays in motion, right? So, and when you slow down, I promise you, I know for a fact, 2 times in my life, I spent 18 months, 3 times in my life, I spent 18 months in the fetal position, not moving my body out of illness, injury, and out of a mental health breakdown. And I'll tell you this time, this is the 4th try, the 4th major life challenge situation that has been thrown my way. And I am not it's not going to take me down because I know I have not missed a workout. I have not missed a meal. I have not missed a nap when I needed it. I sleep when I need to. My nutrition is on point and I am unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable. I am not let any life situation get me down anymore. I spent 6 months in a wheelchair, 6 months in a life crisis as I was transitioning off of active duty and I didn't have a job. That's when I started my business 6 years ago. And then 6 months surviving cancer. All right. So this is a new season for me. And I'm proud to say that the consistent daily activities and the self-love that I have created for this system has allowed me to be unshakable, unbreakable. And I have so many stories of incredible women that have done the exact same thing because this work works when we do the work. Okay. So I promise you this works. So recognize your habits, your non-negotiables, your standards for moving your body, fueling it properly. Your food is fuel. I don't have an appetite right now. My stomach, I'm sick to my stomach almost every single day. My heart is breaking. But I know that my body needs the fuel so that I can have the mental clarity. I am drinking endless amounts of water. I'm eating my vitamins. I'm taking my I'm eating my vitamins. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm eating the proper nutrition. I'm not eating junk. I'm not reaching for the sugar. I don't even let it come into my house or into my grocery cart because sugar is the root of all evil and it keeps you on this roller coaster. But I'll tell you, water brings clarity. It's clear for a reason. It brings clarity. It means it brings mental clarity. It brings energy. So fueling yourself and your body and your fitness and your mind will help you. Don't do stuff that isn't going to help you. It's not going to fuel you forward. You know what's not good for you. So moving your body, making positive, impactful choices that are going to fuel you forward. And I have a 3-day rule. The choices that you make today are going to impact you 3 days from now. Is it worth it? So for the next 3 days, that drive-through, that cheeseburger, that junk, that piece of cake, whatever you know is going to give you gut rot, maybe it's cheese. I know I'm lactose intolerant, not officially diagnosed, but I know my stomach does not agree with dairy and ice cream. So I know if I make the choice to do those things out of comfort, to make me feel better in the moment, to skip over the emotions that I'm feeling, of the negative emotions that I'm feeling, it's only going to create more negative spiral. Okay, so really recognize the habits and the things and stop the cycle. Do what is good for you. And if you need support, this is what we do in our community. Okay, we give you the tools, we give you the fuel, we give you the consistency, we give you the accountability and the resources to help you. Okay, so this is what we work on. So our Cruise Beyond Limits virtual HIT camp is 30-minute sessions, live sessions 3 times a week. There's over 600 workouts in there. that are on record, that are on demand at any given time. So if you were to join today, this morning we did a 30-minute workout, and it was an amazing workout. And it's 30 minutes, including warm up and cool down. So you could do it from the privacy of your own home. And so I come live 3 times a week, wherever I'm at in the world. I'm flying to Vegas tomorrow. So you're going to get the strip as a backdrop for the rest of the week. And everything's recorded right away. So if you miss the live session, you can catch it on replay. And then we have an accountability chat that's on fire 24/7. We love and support each other. And if you miss a live session, you're like, hey, someone hold me accountable. I want to make sure I don't hit the pillow until I do my workout today. Can someone hold me accountable? Or can we hop on Zoom? Whatever there's accountability buddies everywhere, all over the world. We're in 3 different countries, and it's incredible. All right. So, and then we meet on Zoom once a month. So we have workshops where we talk about, we do soup swaps and like just habits and time blocking and all these things. If you want to build a business, there's an incredible network. So fitness is a lifestyle. All right. So you can have an accountability for fitness, even if the people in your household don't have the same regimen as you. Don't blame it on that. Don't make it an excuse for you not to fuel your body forward, and give it a try. All right. So that's number 2. Your fitness is your self-care. Number 3, I think this is really, really powerful. Embracing your inner strength, not anybody else's. So the comparison keeps us playing small, keeps us stuck. It keeps us from fueling us forward and recognizing the special gifts that we uniquely have. Instead of scrolling on Instagram saying like, oh, I wish I had that many followers, or I wish I had her body, or I wish I had her booty, or I wish I had her flat stomach. Love yourself and list the qualities that you love about yourself. Maybe it's your smile. Maybe it's the way that you impact the world. Maybe it's the way that you light up the room. So I want you to think about 3 characteristics about yourself right now. List the qualities that people say about you. And this is the work that we do in the Cruise Beyond Limits in our virtual HIT camp. This is what we're going to do next week in the Bombshell Boot Camp. So there's so many different activities that we do to tap into your ultimate confident self to make you unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable. So list the qualities, the themes of what people say behind your back, not the bad stuff, the good stuff. And you may not believe them. You may not see yourself as that, but I need you to start showing up as her or him. Start to recognize the qualities that people see in you, the impactful qualities that inspire everyone else around you, and start to own them and honor them as your unique gifts and talents. So that's number 1. Number 2, recognize that your experiences, the things that you've been through, the things that you've gone through, the things that you've grown through are your gifts. Okay? So recognize that your experiences and your strengths are yours and yours alone. No one else can do this life like you do. So why not show up as you? Don't try to be like someone else. Embrace your strength, your talents, your gifts, your energy, your spice, your life. No one else. And we do a lot of work in our Cruise Beyond Limits community about this. And I call them the OPOs, other people's opinions, can take our power, can take our steering wheel and jerk us out of alignment. For those of you who have vehicles, I gave up my vehicle last year. I don't have a car anymore, but I used to have to get the tires aligned, right? If you let go of that steering wheel and you're out of alignment, it's going to put you in the ditch. Or someone else as a backseat driver, or someone else in your passenger seat is jerking your wheel. So when you let go, are you in alignment with your strengths, your powers, your gifts, your confidence? Recognizing your strengths to be able to keep yourself on the road, pedal to the metal, in alignment with what is setting your soul on fire, no one else's. So I want you to embrace it. And don't try to be like everyone else. If you're an introvert, be that introvert. Be the best introvert you can be. If you're an extrovert, ambivert. If you're an artist, if you're a pianist, if you play the harp, My mom started playing the ukulele at Christmas a couple of years ago. Own that, honor it. If you're a dancer, I'm a professional dancer and a belly dancer and a former NFL cheerleader. I used to be ashamed of that because people used to be like, oh, she's a stripper. No, it's actually a culture. It's an art. What we do with our body and how we express ourselves. If you're a dancer, if you're an artist, that creative side of us, embrace that. Embrace that as your strength and as your superpower. And if you've been shutting it down and putting it on the back burner and you're not giving yourself and fueling yourself and gifting yourself with that love and that creativity to fuel yourself forward, then you're sacrificing those gifts. So stop quieting those strengths that you know are going to fuel yourself forward. So embrace them, list the qualities, step into them, bring that creativity back. All right, so that's number 3. Number 1, self-love is your foundation. Number 2, your fitness is your self-care. Number 3, embrace your inner strength and your confidence and your gifts. Number 4, if you're taking notes, power of self-talk is paramount. So your self-talk, remember, the longest conversation we have is the one with ourselves, so we got to make it good, right? So your self-talk is going to be so powerful, all right? So flipping the script, recognizing when you're talking smack to yourself and where those voices are coming from. Are they coming from people, other people's opinions? Maybe when you were bullied as a child, or maybe some bad relationships, some toxic relationships. Maybe you had a bad boss. Remember, people quit their bosses, they don't quit their jobs. So don't blame it on your job or the company. Blame it on the toxic leadership that you've been in, right? So maybe you've been telling yourself this story for so long that you're not worthy, or you're not good enough, or you're not, fit enough or friendly, whatever it is, that we need to stop that cycle. So make your self-talk good. So I want you to step into your powerful affirmations that you can say, you're strong, you're powerful, you're courageous, you're worthy, you're beautiful. You're made for more. You are enough. Yes, you. So say it till you believe it. Step into it. Have some powerful I am statements, some affirmations, some mantras. All right. So this is part of your self-talk. And sometimes we need those daily reminders. And in the Crystal Clear Life Planner, the 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life, we go through this. Every morning, there's a prompt for you. What is your daily I am statement? Who needs you at 100% today? What are you going to focus on today? All right. So it brings it back to self, starts with gratitude and brings it back to yourself. So you start with the powerful I am statements. You start with you in mind. Right. So this self-talk, so we're not worried about the noise and everyone else and all the other things and the internet and the scrolling and your email box and the priorities and blah, blah, blah. No, you first. You matter. Yes, you too. So I'm on a mission to help empower every person put themselves and their health first for 34 minutes a day to reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. So we do this through cultivating these daily non-negotiables and these habits and these standards. All right. So in the absence of no system, or maybe you're off your game, or maybe you fell off your fitness game or your self-care routine, it's time. Get back on. And we have a system that I know that it works. And I always say the work works when you do the work. So stop resisting it. Stop resisting and start today. All right. So your powerful I am statements are powerful. Recognizing also that your mistakes, the things that you maybe didn't go right, maybe a decision that you made that you're like, oops, that wasn't the best one. You did the best you could with the tools that you had at the time. Recognize that maybe your mistakes or some of your setbacks are lessons, and they're setting you up for the next chapter. And so that's a shift of your self-talk. So instead of saying, oh, I made a mistake, or that was stupid, or you dumb, or sabotaging yourself and beating yourself up, you can say, you know what? I'm going to use this as a lesson. I'm going to use this as a stepping stone for the next chapter, the next version of me. And now I have more tools. This is a lesson. and find the lesson. Whenever we're growing and going through something, there's always a lesson if you search for it. Whatever God is putting or the universe is placing in your path right now, or the people and things that are being removed from your life right now, it's a lesson. There's always a lesson if you're willing to silence the noise, sit with yourself and ask yourself the powerful questions and shift yourself into the space that is going to fuel you forward and not keep you stuck, not keep you in the fetal position, not keep you eating the gallons of ice cream and drinking endless amounts of wine and watching Netflix and watch as the TV watches you. And the life just every single day goes by. And then 6 months go by and you're like, what the heck happened with my life? Ask me how I know. I've been there. But this time, no way, Jose. Okay? And recognize that anything that feels like a tragedy right now, anything that you've been through, any big life lesson, it can be a gift should you choose to keep it, should you choose to receive it. Every single thing that I've been through, every tragedy, including the one that I'm dealing with right now, it's a gift. It's a gift because I am learning so many powerful life lessons. I'm learning so much about myself and who I am and how I can show up in the world to impact others. I'm receiving the gifts. I'm receiving the lessons. And this is the power of your self-talk. I can say, oh, poor me, this is happening to me. Now I'll tell you, I have these moments, but I'm quickly able to shift and say, you know what? No blame, no shame, no victimhood. I can be the victor, and I can take these lessons and I can take these tragedies and turn them into blessings and show up here in this space, messy. My heart is hurting, but someone needs to hear this message that you need to keep going and you need to keep showing up no matter what. This is not the end. This is the start of the next chapter for you, my friend. And I'll tell you, one of my mentors is Trent Shelton, and he did a live on this morning. If you want to tap in, I'll send you the link. I shared it with my community this morning. He went live and he talked about this, turning life's blessings, life's tragedies into life's blessings, and taking those gifts. And some of the biggest heartaches, the biggest challenges, the biggest tragedies, the points where you have nothing left, those can be the biggest gifts should you choose to see them and receive them. And he shares that you don't have to, it doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look like a pretty package underneath the tree. And Trent, thank you so much. If you're hearing this message right now, thank you for being a mentor, thank you for being a voice and showing us what's possible. Someone can tag him. I'll make sure I tag him after this, so hopefully he can hear this message of the impact that he's had on my life at my breaking points when I didn't have anything left. Whew. I'm going to get emotional now. And I got to meet him in real life in New York City at the Protect Your Peace conference that he ran at this live event. There's so many mentors and people out there that will show you what's possible, that have made it through 100% of the hard things that they've been through, and you can too. So they get to show you what's possible, and I'm here to show you what's possible. So you might feel like you're at your breaking point. I am too, right now, as we speak. But I'm here for it. I'm here for the blessing, and I'm here to share these gifts with you no matter what, each and every day. So this is what I do in the Cruise Beyond Limits community. And we get to show others what's possible by stepping into the role model mindset, being a leader, the leader of your life, the leader of your ship, the leader of your vehicle, the leader of your rocket ship. No matter what, no matter what. So the power of your self-talk, you better make it good, because it's the only relationship that you're going to live with for the rest of your life. And this has been a really powerful lesson. I have moved 4 times in the last 6 years, moving around with my husband. We're both in the military. I'm about to celebrate 22 years in the military. Happy Veterans Day for those of you, celebrating all of those veterans that came before us, that currently are serving, current service members and former service members and veterans. Thank you so much for your service and your sacrifice. Shout yourself out, tag a veteran. This week is Veterans Week, Veterans Day. I'm going to the Military Influencer Conference in Vegas this week. So if you're going to MIC, it's called MIC. We love acronyms in the military. So if you're going to be there, please send me a message. Let's connect. Let's meet in real life. All right? Because we're not meant to do this life alone. And we have this shared vision and this shared mission of servant leadership in our veteran community. It's a service before self. It's putting our ego, checking our emotions, checking our own self at the door, and putting ourselves in a servant mindset, in a leadership role model mindset. And that's powerful. And that's where connection breeds. And that's what we do in the Cruise Beyond Limits community. So your egos aren't welcome here. No, we check those. We're here to no judgment. Everyone is welcome. It's a no judgment, no blame, no shame, no complaintville. It's a willingness to show up for yourself and your health first and cheer each other on and be a part of a supportive, amazing community to help us all level up and we all grow by pouring into each other and being there in these seasons of change and these seasons of growth and embracing each other when we need it the most. Because sometimes the people in our own household have no clue the heartache and the hurt and the things that we're going through. And we may not feel like we have a voice, but I will tell you, the right community, you get around the right table, the right people. Oh, I'm on fire right now because my community, this amazing community that I've built, is unstoppable. And we are forced to be reckoned with, and we're not meant to do this life alone. And I can tell you countless amounts of testimony, even right now in this moment. My community is here supporting me, lifting me up, and I never have to do life alone ever again. I never feel alone because I know my self-talk is, I am not alone. Never, never, ever again. So that's number 4, your power of self-talk. And number 5, celebration. Celebrating your self-improvement one day, one step, one repetition at a time, one conversation at a time, one text message at a time, one wake up at a time. I was texting with a client the other day. She's like, I'm having a hard time even taking a shower every day. I said, I get it. I've been there. Sometimes showering is just a feat in itself. Getting out of bed, getting out of your pajamas is a challenge. So when we show up just strong, one day at a time, stronger than yesterday, recognizing that our non-negotiables, our standards for our life matter, and it's going to fuel you forward one step, one rep, one day at a time. I crawled myself out of a wheelchair. One day, one step, one rep at a time, one light post at a time. I started running. I started walking when I could barely crawl. And then I started jogging when I could barely walk. And then I started running when I could barely run. And it's hard to come back. But it's harder to stay stuck. It's harder. It's more painful to stay in the blame and shame and complainville. Why not you? Keep growing, keep going. All right, so celebrate yourself, honor yourself every single day, no matter what. Small steps, actionable steps each and every day add up. That consistency breeds momentum, breeds more confidence, breeds more momentum, breeds more celebrations and more confidence, and it just compounds. What you see and feel, the energy right now in these moments, and I have to close the room here in a couple minutes. I want to open up for comments and questions. But what you feel, this energy is a compilation of legit every single day, building on small, tiny steps, small habits. And I have a free habit tracker, crystalorcruise.com/habit tracker. If you need it, it's a way for you to say, what are my daily non-negotiables that I know are going to fuel myself forward? And let's track them. And let's say, ding, I'm stepping up every single day. I'm showing up. I'm celebrating myself. I'm honoring myself because I know what's possible for my life. And I am in control. And I am pedal to the metal with what I can control, which is how I respond, I react, and I move forward despite anything that's happening in my life. What's happening for me, what's happening to me, whatever is happening. I know that every single day, and I'll share with you, I don't hit the snooze button. I have a morning workout. I journal every day. I meditate every day. I do 3 lead generating activities for my business. I read for 10 minutes a day. I have my journaling and my connections. I connect with at least one person, and I go to bed by 10 p.m. So those are things I track that I know if I do all these things, it was a good day. Showering isn't on there anymore because I kind of got that under control. And my nutrition and my hydration, I got that under control. But many of my clients put that on there because that's something that they're actively working on. The more you actively put your pen to the paper, I'm a pen and paper, there's psychology to it. So if you need the tools, you need the resources, I have them for you. Reach out. If you need support, if you want to hop on a call or hop in the Bombshell Bootcamp next week, I cannot wait to have you in there. And with that, I'm going to land here. These are my 5 tips for embracing this fall, honoring your self-love and confidence this fall. Number 1, self-love is your foundation. Number 2, your fitness is your self-care, period, end dot. Number 3, embrace your inner strength. Number 4, the power of your self-talk. And number 5, celebrate your self-improvement each and every day. That is it. I want to land here. Is anybody on stage in Breakfast with Champions want to share, have any reflections before we close the room? Otherwise, I will catch up with the comments and the chat over on, I think I'm on LinkedIn, YouTube, over in the Health is Wealth. If you're on Breakfast with Champions right now and you want access to the free Health is Wealth community, or you want in the Bombshell Bootcamp or my free fit or my virtual HIT camp, it's not free. It is a paid membership, and I'm running a fall special right now. So if you want access to any of those, just send me a message, and you're not sure where to start, I will help you. I'll meet you where you're at. So I'm going to land there. Does anybody have any questions that's on stage right now? All right. Well, it is Monday. It has been an absolute pleasure. I love starting my week with you each and every week here in Clubhouse and the Health is Wealth community and in our Cruise Beyond Limits community. So this is the Health is Wealth segment. Make sure you put yourself and your health first for at least 34 minutes a day so we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life. So go make it a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Reach out if you need support. I'll be catching up with the comments. I'm going to go eat some lunch and head out because it's a beautiful sunny day here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm going to go try to make today great. I'm going to make it great because you get to. All right. I love you all. I'm going to close the room here. Have a wonderful day. Reach out if you need support. Cheers, everyone.